All right, we live. All right, thank you everyone for watching. This is the Unapologetic Mind podcast. This is JL, and let's get this thing going. So, man, it's been it's. Let me tell you something. I just want to start off by saying, for those who are watching, I truly appreciate that. For those who are viewing, I truly appreciate that. You know, I thank those who don't subscribe, and just skips, which is whatever. But I just want to start off by saying, what's really going on, really? What's really going on with people? Is there a transition going? Are we seeing more and more negativity erupting? Or are we, I mean, it's always been there, but it's beginning to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And for people that just want to live life in peace and enjoy our time living here in this beautiful God's green earth, we just want to enjoy ourselves. But we can't, because they want to constantly create war. They want to constantly create venom. And they want to constantly create lies and false prophecies about false gods. What I don't understand is why. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Oh man. I mean, what do the people, and I'm talking to the people who literally find doing harm and making someone suffer because of what you created, and because of what you're doing, and because of what you're putting out there. How does that satisfy you? Can anyone answer that? How does that satisfy anyone? I mean, that's not satisfying, to be honest. Let's keep it real. That's not satisfying. To me, what's satisfying, and I'm not the only one speaking like this, is when you're helping someone, when you're helping someone in trouble, helping someone in need, when you're doing something really small. Like, for instance, let's say you're walking down the street and a kid needs help crossing the street, and there's so many cars and no one is helping. There's people walking by, not giving a, and you just look at the kid and you take your time and you help that kid cross the street. Are we living in an age where negative is always going to be a headline of everything? Now that they creating other religion, now that they're creating other honestly, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you, because it's mind blowing about what's going on. And to everyone in Florida, that's where I'm from. That's where, most of my family lives. Um, my condolences to those who are going through it right now in Florida because of the hurricane Iran. For those who never gone through hurricane storms and tornadoes and cyclones and stuff like that, it gets scary, honestly, especially when it's so bad that the winds are so strong. I don't know anyone who gone through that doesn't live in Florida or lives in an area that causes storms like that, like throughout the Caribbeans and stuff like that. Now, what pissed me off is that an article just came out recently, and I don't know, it's confusing, man. Because I don't want to say, like, I don't want to give, like, I don't know. It's just, but you got to question. You got to question about what's going on. You really got to question what's going on. An old head from Florida, I hope he's watching this. Don't worry, I'm not going to say your name. Great man. Good, honest person. Good, honest, hardworking person. Works to this day. He's 56 years old. Owns a trucking company. Great man. Let me tell you something. What he said caught my attention because when he was explaining to me about how they making storms into a season, you guys got to think about that. And I'm talking about everything on this episode. I'm talking about everything. I'm even going to talk about when I was encountered. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about that also. I got videos and pictures. And that's what changed my mind completely. And I'm going to tell you guys more about that later. But it caught my attention when he was explaining about how his dad and his grandfather, they from Florida and Miami area. He lived in home state as well. He lived literally throughout Florida, North Florida, West Florida, like I did. I lived all throughout Florida, north, south, east, west, Fort Myers, Tampa, Naples. No, I've never lived in Fort Myers, sorry. Naples, West Palm, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. I'm telling you the places I've lived. Clearwater, Sarasota, Birmingham, Lakewood Ranch, places I've lived. But it's crazy how when you're drinking, the truth comes out, honestly, because we were just having a session, we were just drinking, chit-chatting, keeping up on the old days and stuff like that, and talking about the good times and enjoying our company and our peace, and just enjoying each other and everyone that was that was there that day, but it was interesting what he was talking about when he was saying that how his great-grandfather, mind you, this man lived through the 30s, and through the 20s and 30s, and there were never any, it was hardly hurricanes. Hardly hurricanes. It literally used to come like once every few years or something like that and this is what someone is telling me, And now, hurricane made its way into a season. They made a season every year. They call it hurricane season. What the man, what is that, man? For real, what the fuck is that, yo? Like, what is that? Seriously. A season? Come on, man. A season? Something's going on. Something's going on, man. A season. What also caught my attention was when he was telling me about a good friend he know, who was talking to him about weather manipulation. That's another thing, man. Like when you have these planes up in the air releasing toxic chemicals that interacts with the weather and the atmosphere, the temperatures, you could create a storm. Look at the machine that they could create powerful winds. Look at the machine that they could create powerful waves, make the ocean moves. Look at the machine they have below ground, hundreds of miles below ground, that they could make earthquakes as deadly as, and they could level these earthquakes and make it to where if they want to make an 8 magnet altitude or 9, not altitude, sorry, a 9 or 8, like, it's crazy. And no one's really looking into this, honestly. No one's looking into the climate change. No one's looking into is climate change really real? You gotta think about it. Is climate change really real? Are they telling us real? Are they telling us something that is real or not real? I don't, because now that everything's coming into the light and, technology is, advancing each day, each month, each year, to the point where we finally cracked codes in the universe to there's no time. We made up time. That's something that is serious to look into. When you got, and I'm not mentioning entertainers, but when you got, scholars, or when you have revolutionaries, or when you have activists, or when you have leaders that are literally telling you about time, there's no time. That was something created, something measured. So if we could print and make it normal into our human life, listen, tell me, please tell me, is there time? Like, do the aliens believe in time? You know, do the extraterrestrials believe in time? Do they believe in time? Speaking of extraterrestrial, man, it was crazy, man. Shout out to Jennifer, because she was with me. And this was 2007. This was like the ending of 2007. I went to Key West, and I had a ball in Key West. Had so much fun. Oh man, I had so much fun. Oh man. I was staying at the Pelican Grand, I think what it's called. It was a fancy 5-star hotel. Like, so fancy. And we were bar hopping. We went to Irish Heavens, if that's the name of it. Irish Cabins or Irish Heavens? One of those two. And then we went to a bar next door, Sloppy Joe's. I had a ball. Because Sloppy Joe's was right next to it. And the reason why I'm telling the story is because it's what changed it changed my mind of thinking about life and what's out there. It made me rethink, my childhood when I was encountering when I was a kid. That's crazy because I had forgot about that. So the next few days passed by. We pack our stuff and we checking out and stuff, and we're on our way back to Fort Lauderdale. So we're driving our way back, and we're at the highway, the 7 Mile Bridge, and I kid you not, I swear on my grandma, I look on my left-hand side, and it was off the water because the bridge, 7 mile long bridge, it's pretty, there's nothing, all you see is water and, the old bridge or whatever, the historical old bridge that they kept there. We're driving, and she taps me like on my arm. She's like, "You see that?" And mind you, this is a girl who was a former pilot in the Air Force. Yes. And I hope she's watching this because, I've been trying to contact her. I've been trying to find her, Jennifer, if you're watching this, please. And Heather, if you're watching this. Heather also, if you're watching this, please contact me, comment, message me, email. I'll have all those information, down on the link and everything like that. But she taps me in my arm, like she, roughly shoves my shoulder, and she's like, "You see that?" I kid you not. It's literally giving me chills, man. I kid you not. It was a fucking flying saucer. It was like a it looked like some chrome, it didn't look like any, it was like a saucer shape, but it didn't look like any other saucer, because this was like some kind of like when you get chrome, like chrome rims, like the color chrome, it was like that but brighter. Like it was like a crystal, like diamonds or something. Man, listen here, man. I wasn't the only one. A couple of cars behind us was the only one that were seeing this thing. Other people were seeing this because the highway, the people were slowing down. Mind you, this is the 7-mile long bridge, you know, leaving, leaving the Keys, you know, and you, the mileage is 75 miles per hour. We are literally doing 20. I'm not lying. Yo, this is the God. Yo, this is the God honest truth. Yo, this shit is crazy, man. And I didn't share this story, because it's in my book, Fear Outside My Door, because I talk about that also. I talk about why I changed up everything and why I continue on doing what I'm doing now, and I'm gonna explain that a little bit after this. But it's literally hovering over the water, you know, above water. And I took a picture of it. I had a Google G1. That's when Google, the G1 first came with this. So I'm trying to find that picture, and I'm trying to contact these girls, because maybe they have those pictures. Maybe anyone who was there that day. It was on a Monday, June 14 or 15, 2007. No, it was July. I'm sorry. July. I gotta get those dates. I'm sorry. Oh, man, because it was so fucking long ago. But we all looking at this, and my jaw dropped. And I'm driving, and I was like, I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. I cannot believe this right now. Is this really a fucking spaceship? Is this really a flying? So I cannot fucking believe this right now. You know what's even more crazy? That same day, that night, there was multiple sightseeing, you know, of unidentified, you know, objects in the air. Crazy. You know what's also crazy is South Florida is known to have one of the secret air base, you know, military air base, you know, from the center of Homestay through Florida City. You know, they got secret military bases there, which makes fucking sense. But I don't know if this was a military craft. It didn't look like no military craft though. That's the shit. So I don't know if it was a drone. Mind you, this is 2007. Drones wasn't even created. You know, I mean, it was created for the military, but it wasn't created for the public. So, and this is huge, man. This saucer was literally the size. I'm trying to find the measurement. It was literally the size of the Coliseum. There you go. That's how big it was. That's how fucking big it was. And everybody that was there that morning, that afternoon, around 12, please comment on my shit, please. Yo, it's, oh fuck, man, because I want her to be, you know, saying this story too, because I wasn't the only one who saw this shit, you know. And it's crazy because all my life I always believed in, you know, are there other life out there? And there's a reason why I say that. It's because when I was a kid, oh man, 7 years old. And something happened. It felt like a dream. It felt like real life. I'm sorry, it was a dream, but it felt like real life. And I got a mark because of it on my foot. I got a literally clear, like somebody, like literally ice cream scooped a part of, a piece of meat and skin off my foot. It's fucking crazy. It's like a perfect, a perfect circle. And it doesn't look like a cigarette burn or anything. It just looks like something like it was a heated object. Look, when you heat the knife to where it turns orange, right? It's so hot, and then let's say you accidentally put it towards your skin or whatever. Now you see that melted, and your skin boils or whatever. It does not look like that. It looks like a clean. Yo, it's crazy, man. And that's what I woke up with. The side of my foot bleeding like that, and it looked like something put a tube in there or something. It's crazy. And ever since then, I felt like something was always in me. Or I felt like, another part of me is, is a part of them. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not the only one who says this, because other people that said they testimonies about, being abducted and being experimented on, I never talked about this. This is because I didn't want people to think I was crazy, and so this secret has been with me since I was 7. So, and I'm telling you guys now, and I'm going to show you guys the mark. It's going to be, a link and pictures and stuff like that, But it's crazy how the dream, I still remember the dream. I still remember the dream. I was lifted off and I was in the clouds. Like it was so beautiful, and then all you saw was straight clouds. And there was like a window. It was like a door. It was like a door, but a window also, because it opens like that, like, vertical, and it was open. So, but the craft I was in, you couldn't feel the air pressure. You couldn't feel none of that. It's like when you're flying in a plane, you open the door, you feel all that air pressure coming in, and no, you didn't feel that being in this craft. So, and this is in my dream, that, and it felt so real. It literally felt so real, because I end up with a mark after it, and there's no history of me sleepwalking. I don't have a mental, there's no history of me being, a psychiatric mental or whatever. No. I'm just a normal person, a normal guy, normal, I was just a normal kid or whatever. And it really makes me think, are we experimented? Because I looked up so many documentaries, I researched so many interviews, I've done so many research, and what really got to me was the documentary of this one woman who was a doctor, and she's still going through it to this day, because she's in asylum to this day, and it breaks my heart, because her son, I don't want to, bring up but it's there. You know, the movie's there. They did a movie about it and everything. It's called The Fourth Kind. How her daughter was abducted, and to this day was never brought back. To this day, still missing. To this day. To this day. It's crazy. And a few people experienced that, like that one sheriff. He who didn't believe in aliens or whatnot, who didn't believe in none of that, but was sitting outside her, was patrolling and sitting outside her house, right? What he saw hovered above her house, that sheriff, it scared the shit out of him because he saw them. And when his video cam, you know, inside the car, the officer's car, was recording, it would like it was like they didn't want whatever to be captured or whatever, you know, on video, because the video was flickering and everything, and they was pretty much manipulating the energy and the frequencies. It's crazy, man. And it's true. It's real document. It's true. This is not a lie. This is real life shit. So when that happened, that changed the sheriff's life. It changed the way he thought about life. It changed the way, you know, he thought about humans, and because that right there changed his life. And it changed my life when I experienced that as well, because now I'm giving my all into finding the truth now. And I mean, I'm going all in, seriously. I gave up, you know, my profession. I gave up. I know some people say I'm crazy, my friends. Some of my friends say I'm crazy or whatnot, but I'm not, you know. I just feel like what I'm doing, you know, it does take time and a lot of energy. So, you know, I can't work on, you know, I can't be working on my career and then doing this also, you know, meaning searching for extraterrestrial, you know, and other life out there. That's what I'm doing right now. Some of you might think I'm crazy. Some of you might laugh or whatever. Some of you might say, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're talking about. But I'm not the only one who literally gave up everything just to find the truth and searching for other life. And now I'm in so deep that, you know, I got other friends, real close friends, that I can't say their name because they are still active in the service. But a lot has caught my attention with, you know, their stories and their experience with, you know, other beings, you know, like a friend of mine who did a tour. He did 2 tours, and one of the reasons why he joined the military was because what happened in 9/11, and he figured, you know, he wanted to serve his country and fight and protect his country. So he went, signed up. I'm not gonna say the branch because I don't want them to link into, you know, but he ended up succeeding, scoring high in his ASVAB to where he became an officer and a high rank. And so this is his first tour, and this is what he's telling me. His first tour, it was easy, you know. I and I don't mean easy. I'm going by what he's telling me. He's saying easy in his eyes. In his eyes, easy is, you know, doing perimeter or whatever, having gun battle, gunfights and shit. To him, that was easy. But the second tour, he said it scared him so bad that when you look at him, you can feel it. You can see. It's like you were there also when he's telling the story. That it scared the shit out of me, man. You know, because it makes you think, you know, that there are other things out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So when he's telling me the story the second time, he went overseas. It was a small town in Afghanistan. Small. Well, he said that there were literally like almost 60 people. That's how small. You know, the village. It was almost a village, really. And he he said when he got there, he couldn't believe what he saw. He really couldn't believe. He said when he got there, it was blood everywhere, but no bodies. And the reason why the reason why him and his platoon, you know, went there, monitored, is because they had got a stress call that maybe the Taliban or someone or whatever invaded a town or village and slaughter, you know, innocent people, and you know, so they were trying to figure out were the Taliban's out there or whoever was out there, whatever. So when he got the call, he went out there, and this is him telling me this shit. He went out there, and him and his crew witnessed. It's crazy. They were so confused, man, because how the fuck was there so many human blood everywhere, like, but there were no bodies. So, and they checked. He told me they checked. They even checked around outside to see if the bodies were dragged. But of course, if bodies were dragged, there would have been trails of blood. And he said there weren't no trails of blood. He said there was one thing that literally scared the shit out of him. He said when it got almost dark, right? Because he said they were there for a while because they still had to figure out what the fuck was going on. You know, they thought maybe the guys, the Taliban or whatever group would come back, tear whatever to steal, retrieve, whatever fuck that, whatever. So that's what they thought. So they camped out there for a while and examine and figure out what was going on. So all of a sudden, a fucking beam burst. Excuse me, a beam literally burst out of nowhere and shoots down directly towards them. Yo, my friend said he was so fucking scared. And this dude's tough, yo, because he's not in no pussy ass, excuse me, I don't mean to say that, but he's not in no regular military. He's in the high, I can't say what military group, but just know it's up. Like they do special ops and like special missions and stuff. Yeah. Like he's one of those SEAL Team 6 guys. You know, they do secret, you know, classified shit, man. And I know you guys are thinking like, damn, well, if it's classified, why he's sharing it? It's because he's tired of the bullshit too. He's tired of the bullshit. He's tired of, and this is what he's telling me. He's tired of them lying. He's tired of them hiding the truth. Now that there's so many things out there, you can't hide from the truth because now everything's instant. You pull your camera out, you videotape or whatever, you take pictures of whatever the fuck is going on in this world, and you know, you instant send it, and it's worldwide. You know, you can't hide from nothing now. You know, so he was just sick and tired of it. He's just sick and tired of it. You know, so he looked up, and his men looked up and saw a fucking craft, yo, hovering right above them, yo. He said he was so fucking scared when they draw their weapon. It was like it jammed. Okay? Now, you got high assault rifles, okay? High profile rifles, you know, M18s, MP5, all types of shit out that, you know, what they fully equipped, you know, with, you know. They might have other high fucking value, high, you know, profile, you know, rifles. But when he told me that they pointed up trying to shoot this shit and it jammed and all they shit jammed, they couldn't shoot, he said that's when they really scared him. And the beam was so bright that your eyes were literally not as sensitive what he like, because usually when you look at a bright light your eyes are sensitive. Nah, this light was different. He said this shit was fucking different. So he knew it wasn't from this world, yo. You know, and it felt, he told me it felt his energy and everything like that, and it felt the energy of his platoons and everything. And he said that the craft literally stood above him for, you know, a few minutes and then drift off slowly towards the village, and he said was beaming lights, and all of a sudden just vanished. Yo, that is some shit, man. That's some fucking shit, yo. Like, imagine going through that. I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know, man. Imagine going through some shit like that, man. To where, you know, everything shuts down, where you can't even defend yourself. Imagine that. To where you can't even defend yourself. And he was saying the guy that was on top of the Humvee with the fucking 50 cal couldn't even shoot either, because it was disarmed. How the fuck? That's to tell you we're dealing with something from another dimension. From another fucking dimension, man. My dream is to always go up in space, and, you know, I will fulfill that dream, of course. You know, because they're making it now to where, you know, it's gonna be possible, honestly. And shout out to Elon Musk. Shout out to, you know, the dude who owns Virgin Mobile, Richard. Shout out to Jeff Bezos, the people that's making this possible for us humans to be able to, you know, orbit around, you know, space and stuff. You know, they're making it happen, man. Seriously, it's arm and a leg, but they're making it happen. So yeah, so that's my dream. That's definitely my dream. But yo, this shit's crazy. Like, tell me, please tell me, you know. And this is coming from a guy from the streets. Like, you know, I'm from New York, you know. Lived everywhere, you know, experience, you know, some shit. Maybe you guys experience other crazy shit, maybe more. But what was crazy to me was, man, listen here, man. Out of everything I experienced, that right there, the shit that he was telling me, it gave me chills, and it literally gave me nightmares, because I couldn't sleep, honestly, because I felt like they were fucking with me. You know, I was literally being surrounded by grays, because they were overcoming into my dreams. Seriously, it's crazy. So out of all of this, you know, now that there other military men, from commanders, chiefs, other guys spilling the beans now, coming out with this, with classified secret shit, that they're getting sick and tired of it too. They're like, yo, like, we sick and tired of this shit too. We don't need to hide this from the public. The public needs to fucking hear this shit, man. The public needs to understand that there's other living out there. You guys are not the only fucking species living. And it's crazy that these guys are pouring out their fucking heart, and literally they're literally, and you could see them sad in their eyes, because no one believes, some doesn't believe, and they think that they're crazy and hallucinating and stuff. And but when the shit happens to you, look at the sheriff that that was sitting outside the doctors, and she was a psychiatrist. Now she's sitting in an asylum at a crazy place. And I don't like to call that, because I don't like that word, crazy. I don't. But she's sitting at a place because they came into her house and took a daughter, man. That sheriff threw witness. The other officer was there witnessing this shit happen. He couldn't do nothing. And to this day, he feels so guilty about it. To this day. To where they made a movie about it. It's called The Fourth Kind. It's real. And I recommend anyone to watch that. And do your research. I get so fascinated and so excited when it comes to, stuff like that, But when it becomes dark and sinister, like, meaning they start messing with you in a dark and evil way, because there's evil entities and dark mass out there that is affecting our world now, that literally, ever since they opened the portal. And that's another thing. Some scientist guy opened the fucking portal, man, in 1973 or something like that, or probably earlier. And he even said it in his journal that he wished he never did this shit, because he released stuff that now, it's been released now, and he feels fucked up about it, and he regrets it. He's dead or whatever, of course. But you guys could look this shit up on YouTube, man. You guys could look it up on Google or any Wikipedia or anything. This is real. This is not just made up stuff. This ain't fake. This is real. This is real documents, Just like, when they found giants and stuff, when they doing, when a certain platoon, I think it was Green Berets or something, Special Forces, when they were doing a perimeter check at some area in the mountains, come to find out they fucking run across some fucking huge ass 18 foot red hair fucking giant with 6 toes and 6 fingers. Come on now, like, this is serious. This is serious. Of course, it's serious. And there are giants out there. Look at the tall. On my father's side, they're tall. On my father's side, my grandfather, rest his soul, he was tall. He was almost as 7 foot tall, from what, my family told me. My uncle's side, they're 6'4", 6'5". My little brother, JJ, he's fucking 6'1", 6'2", my little brother. My other brother, Chris, Jose, he's what, 6 feet, 6'1" or something. They're all tall. I got the short side, man. What's going on with that? I'm only 5'10". Shit. Anyways, so you guys really gotta, like, really think about, what's going on with our energy and our dimension, our frequencies. It's so off balance that we're receiving everything, yo. Everything is going viral, to the witch flying, to fucking spirits flying in the air or stuff like that, or to the dragon that they caught, to when the tsunami happened in Japan and Taiwan and shit like that, and how there were creatures that from out of this world, and oh man, it's crazy. And I recommend people to read Operation Paperclip. That is a very interesting book. Shout out to the author who wrote that book. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot her name. See, oh man, her name. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Let me pull it up. I'm sorry. Let's pull it up real quick because I wanna pull it up real quick. Operation Paperclip. Oh shit, sorry. God damn it. I will pull out the keyboard, but there we go. Operation Paperclip. Sorry. Annie Jacobson. She's the author. Sorry. I'm so sorry, Annie. I forgot. Listen, that's why I need to smoke more. And I'm talking about marijuana. Marijuana enhance memory cells. Stop with the lies, please. Stop with the damn lies, okay? Stop. Marijuana does not kill brain cells, okay? Damn. There's literally physical studies, and I'm not trying to go off topic or whatever, but fuck that. This is a video where we're talking about everything. Drop in a comment, man. You know, marijuana does not kill brain cells. And please, for the people, because I used to smoke blunts years ago. I stopped that. Please stop rolling your weed in tobacco. Please stop. You're overlapping the THC. You're overlapping the benefits that's coming out of marijuana, that's coming out from the plant. Stop. Please. Who the fuck came up with this shit? I mean, I'm not a hypocrite, man. I've smoked that shit in the past, man. The blunt or whatever, you know. I never liked backwood. Fuck that backwood shit. Who the fuck invented rolling blunts, rolling Phillies or whatever, and blunts and shit? Yo, that shit is bad, yo. Let's start using more hemp wraps. Let's start using more organic hemp wraps. Let's start using more wraps without chemicals, without dye, without the shit that's toxic. Okay? Please. Jesus Christ. So they can stop saying this negative shit about the plant, man. Seriously. I saw this dumb, and this is why I love doing research. Listen. I'm a grower myself, anyways. I've been smoking since I was a kid. I mean, I'm not proud to say it, but whatever. You know. But when, and I'm jumping off topic, when, you know, because I like to go back on watching commercials from the 90s and stuff, and 80s or whatever. I saw this one dumbass fucking commercial in the early 90s, okay? This is the ignorance from back then. Are y'all ready? I saw this damn fucking commercial talking about a train wreck happened. Collage with another train wreck. Now, that shit, a lot of people died from it. Yeah, it was fucked up. What happened that day, you know, that fucking tragedy that day where those trains collage, you know, and it was real big and a lot of people died. This motherfucker, whoever the fuck, in a commercial or whatever, blamed it on marijuana. He was like, the person was on marijuana. Listen, man. And that's why they try to blame the pilot dude who flew who almost crashed the plane but safely landed on the Hudson River. Come on, man. Yo, stop with that negative shit, man, about the fucking plant, man. There's no negative about the fucking plant, man. Even Dr. Mike Hart is backing it up. And he's a doctor. This dude's a doctor. Canadian. From Canada. He's sick and tired of it, too. He's sick and tired of the negativity, of the negative fucking ignorant shit that these people are saying about fucking marijuana, yo, about weed, about the beautiful plant, about Mary Jane. Yo, this shit is crazy, man. Listen, you could smoke marijuana and that shit could stay in your system, you know, from days or whatever, depending on your health, your body. Because mind you, THC sticks into fat cells. That's their food, okay? So you burn fat cells. Now, if you're fit and athletic and stuff like that, THC leaves your body in your system quick. If you're heavy set, THC sticks into your system, into the fat cells, and, you know, for a while, you know, until the, you know. So I don't understand, man. They come up with so many lies, yo, and you guys still like, come on, man. Come on, man. They need to stop with all this bullshit lies, man. So, but yeah, so I recommend you guys to read and look up, you know, Annie, you know, Jacobson. She also was in the Joe Rogan Experience. Shout out to Joe Rogan. One of the good persons that I look up to also. And I look up to him because he's done a lot of interviews. And that's why I also look up to him. You know, he's a great dude. He got a good heart. He's not fucking racist. What the media and these stupid ass ignorant people always try to talk bad about someone or whatever. And they, listen, man. Anyways, but shout out to Joe Rogan. So yeah, so I recommend anyone to go on YouTube and watch, you know, Annie, you know, Jacobson on, you know, Operation Paperclip. You know, it's a very interesting, yo, she did her thing, yo. She did her thing. Honestly, she did her thing, yo. She did her thing. But I've been keeping track on, you know, the hurricane, and, you know, and my condolences to the people in Florida and to my you know, to my people in Florida, you know, who still lives in Florida. You know, I hope you guys are all right. I hope you guys are safe. Let's see here. I love Russell Brand. That's my dog right there. That's one of the real brothers. That's one of the real brothers right there. Hold on, let me. That's one of the real brothers right there, man. He knows what he's talking about. And I had a chance to meet him in Miami when I used to live in Miami. Good brother, man. Good brother. Real humble brother. He's always a loner, you know. You will literally catch him chilling on the beach by himself. You know, he's one of those people. You know, he's like, you know, Chris Evans, you know, the dude who, Captain America. He's also like that too, you know, because I saw him in Malibu chilling by himself, you know. And I'm talking about Captain America. But yeah, Russell Brand, that's my dog, man. He be chilling dolo by himself. He's so good of a person. He's more about, you know, peace and positivity and realness. You know what I'm saying? That's a good dude to be around, man. And he definitely spreads good energy, yo, for real. He definitely spreads good energy. Shout out to Boosie. That's my dog, Boosie, you know. My dog, Boosie, man. He thinks my sister's crazy. Shout out to Jessica Rabbit, my sister Jessica Rabbit. You know, she's definitely real big in the South. Definitely making her way into the whole media and to the whole radio and stuff like that. But She's been involved in the music business and the music industry for a while, you know, way before, you know, she got into the radio and stuff like that. But shout out to Jessica Rabbit, my sister Jessica, I love you dearly, you know, and that's my blood sister, for real. I'm not saying sister like, you know, as a politically correct, you know, nah, that's my blood sister, you know. And my brother-in-law, Neil, you know, who's my brother-in-law, Neil, next in line, who's, you know, been killing it, you know, in the game, and, you know, especially with his singles and stuff, you know, Nights in London, one of my favorite joints, you know, and I know that's also one of my favorite joints. You know, I used to play that shit like crazy when I used to live in Miami. But yeah, my brother-in-law, man, he's doing his thing as well. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Neil. Definitely come a long way. But yeah, so show you guys a little bit, like, man, that shit just. So, this what I was talking about. How one of the, you know, one of the special force guys came across, you know, a giant and stuff like that. Oh, shout out to the Breakfast Club. Damn, rest in peace to Coolio. You know, one of the great, inspiring person who literally broke into the game and to the industry, who sold records and literally had his single playing in the movie and Dangerous Mind and stuff. He literally paved the way too, you know, Coolio. Shout out to Coolio. And he was in Martin too, so, you know. I saw Coolio in LA one time, you know, downtown. You know what I mean? I wish I would have got a picture. I wish I would have came up to him and said, what's up? But I'm not one of those dudes that, I guess there's only a few of us out there. I'm not one of those dudes, man. I'm not a starstruck person. I'm not a person that will go up like, yo, can I get a picture? Yo, that shit is crazy, man. That shit is crazy, man. Like, you can't even say, hey, how you doing? Or you know, or give them a good welcome. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, oh, hey, can I get a picture real quick? Nah, man. That's why they be feeling uncomfortable and shit like that, man. I'm none of that. I'm none of those people, for real. And I've seen so many stars, and I've been around so many stars. I've been around bigger stars in private parties to where I can't even say the names, but I was proud and happy that I was in them fucking parties, for real. Little old me. Who the fuck, you know? But it's because of the people I know and chick I was dating or whatever like that. She's in the industry and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, damn, rest in peace to Biggie. You know, shout out to Nas. That's my dog, Nas. Shout out to Hov. Hov is another one. Yo, Hov is a GOAT, man. Hov is not just a GOAT, man. Hov is, to me, a guru. Hov is life. Because that's a brother right there that literally knows how to make nothing out of something. And now he's, you know what I mean? A successful billionaire to where we're talking about self-made, man, for real. And he feeds a lot of people, yo. So shout out to Hov, man. You know what I'm saying? New York, of course. You know, BX, BK, Harlem, you know, Staten Island, Queens, Long Island, all the boroughs, YO, you know. Shout out to all the boroughs, NY, man. You know what I'm saying? Alex, shout out to Alex Jones. Eddie Bravo, that's my dog. So yeah, that's pretty much what I you know, I do a lot of my research and stuff like that, but I also go deep into it too, because I'm gonna be making a trip to the desert soon, and because I got some word about something happened, but I'm going to this certain area because it's high on this energy that's it's just different. It's different. So some say it's a portal, some say it's not. But anyways, I don't want to give the name, location, or whatever like that, because I don't want to, you know, this shit's real to the point where I've been stopped by unmarked cars. I've been stopped. You know, there's times where I think, you know, the men in black be post it out there sometimes. You know what I mean? And I wish I was a Men in Black. I love, man, the Men in Black is so dope, man. I think that organization is so dope, man, for real. Because they are so secretive. They are so they so you don't hear about them. You don't know their name, you don't know the office, you don't know the location. They just pop out when, shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Like phenomenon or extraterrestrials or shit, paranormal stuff. A friend of mine said he saw one of the Men in Black guys, Men in Black. And yeah, it scared the shit out of him. But yeah. But this is my channel. Tune in. Also, like, subscribe. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys for supporting. I appreciate my 44 subscribers for supporting me. I appreciate that. I appreciate the people that are viewing as well. You guys, listen, I appreciate that, man. We all support each other, honestly. Let's make this happen, honestly. But, yeah, man. About what's going on with, in this world and everything like that. How it's not right. How us as humans have developed so much to where we're trying to play God, to where they're manipulating weather. They're, manipulating storms. And I'm not saying this because I'm not a conspiracy theory type person. It's just, there's evidence of this, and there's machines, and they're not afraid to talk about this, because nobody's not doing anything about it. But it's crazy how they're so blunt about it, man. Like, for instance, the royal family, the Saudi Arabian royal family. Those family got so much power that I think is dope. That maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I just find it so fascinating. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just find it so fascinating that you could create weather. You could create rain. You know what I mean? Yo, these people make it rain 2 to 3 times a week in Saudi Arabia and Dubai and stuff like that. That's power, man. That's wow. That's playing God. Or what about cloning? What about getting an organ and cloning another human? That's power. That's power. And that's slowly coming out, and it's there. They don't care. They don't care about, you guys. They don't care about us talking about it or whatever, because, they figure there's nothing wrong with what they doing. They figure there's no negative. But when you add, a dark energy to that becomes real sentence. And, let's not add that. You know what I mean? Let's just, listen, if you guys want to continue building technology, and that's fine or whatever. I love technology. I'm a technology type person. As you see, I have 5 fucking phones. I got so much monitors and stuff. I got this huge ass 85-inch Samsung. Shout out to Samsung. Shout out to Apple, which I'm using right now. I'm using my Apple, 14 Pro Max. Amazing phone. I'm using that to record right now. I got my Samsung S22 Ultra, my Fold 4, my Galaxy Watch 5, my Apple Watch Series 8, so I definitely love technology, from the tablets and whatnot, because I'm always instant in everything, and I'm always doing research and everything like that, and reading. I love to read also, so, but yeah, so it fascinates me that, that much power and that much that you guys could do that, create weather and rain and stuff like that. And now, what the things that I don't like is manipulating the weather negativity, meaning putting fires into the forest and Amazon, and forcing the tribes and animals, and you're killing, the living that are in the Amazon and that are in the forest. I think that's wrong, man. I think that's wrong, for real. That's wrong, man. Like, why would you do that, yo? Like, okay, if you have the money and the power, dude, live your life, you know, create a fucking land or something and, you know, build, I don't know, start fucking doing some Bob Lazar shit. Learn how to fucking build a rocket where you could skip to another galaxy like that, man, where you don't have to use NASA. You know what I'm saying? Get an approval, a license. Look what Elon Musk's doing. Dude, he created his own NASA, SpaceX. I mean, of course, NASA didn't want him to be whatever, but hey, listen, man. He's another person that believes in, you know, other things out there, and he's another person that believes in you can make anything possible, and there's no, the word impossible does not exist at all. He's one of those persons. But it's crazy how everything's happening in this world, man. It's crazy how everything is happening in this world. And it's been happening before before we was even here, you know. Now that, you know, 2022, everything literally been coming out nonstop, and, you know, we literally have evidence and video evidence, physical evidence of people going viral, you know, videotaping little trolls, jesters and stuff like that, little creatures, and, you know, from the bottom of the ocean to the Mariana Trench to all these creatures that are emerging off, you know, that are emerging from the bottom, you know, to, yo, it's a fucking pterodactyl that was recently sighted, you know, and recorded recently, a pterodactyl that's supposed to be extinct for millions of years, you know. These people are creating a mammoth, you know, from the DNA and the blood sample that they got from a frozen mammoth, and, you know, creating babies, you know. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. Sometimes it just makes your mind pop. But out of all of that, when I tried DMT, that's what changed my life, man. When I tried DMT, I do shrooms on a regular day basis, of course. I microdose because I love, you know, the positive vibrations when I'm meditating, you know, and when I'm drinking my shroom tea, because I make shroom tea as well. Sometimes I add a little ayahuasca, because I have ayahuasca, but I will be getting DMT soon, which is dimethyltryptamine, you know. Man, it's an experience like no other. The shit that Joe Rogan was saying to everybody else that experienced DMT is true, man. It's real true, and I recommend anyone and everyone to experience that, because if the presidents experienced that, because they talk about it in their journal. Look at Benjamin Franklin. He writes it in his journal that when he was experiencing DMT and shrooms, he seen fucking alligators playing the piano and shit like that, man. You know? Well, it wasn't an alligator. It was more of a reptilian. Sorry. He subscribed to reptilian. Yeah. And it's in Massachusetts, where his lower, because he had lower bunks, you know, caves in the lower, some part in Massachusetts, in the area where where you see Benjamin Franklin, you know, when he was alive. But yeah, it's shit like that. So yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here, because I got a little bit more to do. But yeah, this was a video, you know, talking about the crazy shit that's literally been going on, man. I don't know what else to say, really. But next episode is definitely gonna be about Operation Paperclip. I'm gonna be doing a full episode about Operation Paperclip, and I got some more videos coming out with, you know, more about Dick Gregory. I got more videos coming out about Dr. Sebi. I got more videos coming out, you know, so stay tuned. I appreciate you guys for following. I appreciate you guys for commenting, liking. I truly appreciate that, guys. I really, truly appreciate that. It means the world to me, honestly. And it keeps me going. You guys keep me going. You guys keep me motivated. And remember, make any day count. Believe in yourself. You know, believe that you could do anything. Believe that anything is possible, okay? Don't let no one put you down. Don't let no one try to control you and take over your life. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I gone through shit like that too, man. You know, fucked up relationships and whatnot. But that's why I'm single now, you know. But it is what it is, you know. I still believe in love, you know. And I still believe that it's out there. I still believe in my soulmate. I still believe that it's out there. But once again, everyone, tune in to The Unapologetic Mind. I will be going live on Anchor as well. And I'm setting up my Clubhouse and stuff so we could, you know, drop in and everything like that. And I will be going live short on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, The Unapologetic Mind Podcast. This is JL. And we out of here, baby.